everybody, it's Emily at ARG Schooling, and today I'm going to talk about the books I plan to read in February. I'm in a slightly different filming location than usual just because everything is chaos, and I thought, why not film in the middle of it? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. It's just very dark in my room and I didn't feel like fooling with all the lighting, so we're here. And hopefully my dogs behave themselves. You can see Spike is right there behind me, wandering around. He's supposed to be napping. And Drew is in the kitchen, hopefully calming down. So I have a stack of books I want to get to this month, and I don't know, we'll see what happens, but I'm hoping to get to all of them. The first book I want to talk about is The Chosen and the Beautiful by Nai Vo. This is the ARG Booked Book Club pick for February. So we will all be reading this together. And if you want to join in and read with us, I have a Discord group. And if you ask, I'll send you the link for that. And I'll be hosting a live show at the beginning of March to talk about it. So what is it? This is a Great Gatsby retelling. This is a story about Jordan Baker. And in this story, she is a queer Vietnamese adoptee, and she's treated like this exotic pet of all the society around her. But she's still othered and kind of barred from doing a lot of the things that the others around her can do. And so this is sort of like her perspective as an outsider. I've seen this called more of a coming-of-age story, so I don't know how much of Gatsby we're going to get as far as that goes, but I'm very interested because I love this time period. I love Great Gatsby, so I'm excited to pick this up. So I hope all of you will read along with me and we can talk about it over the course of the month and then hang out in my live show. As far as Great Gatsby retellings go, I'm currently reading Beautiful Little Fools by Gillian Cantor. I had the ARC and I don't know, it's been, I have not been able to read at night because it's just, I'm so tired. I usually get a couple pages in and then I crash. So slowly but surely I am reading this so I can review the ARC. But this is a Great Gatsby retelling. This is focused on the perspectives of the women in the story. Specifically, we're following Daisy, Jordan Baker, and Catherine, who is the sister of Myrtle. And so we're getting their perspectives, and there's also a murder mystery. We're trying to figure out who killed Gatsby, and we're following the perspective as well of the police officer who is investigating the crime. So I'm really liking this so far. I'm only like 60 pages in and I've been reading it for 2 weeks. How sad is that? I'm so tired. But I'm really liking it, and the writing is just beautiful, and I'm hoping that this is like a 5-star read. I left my copy upstairs, but I'm reading a bunch of things for the level 4 update. I'm currently reading Amari and the Night Brothers by B.B. Alston and loving it. But again, reading has been hard lately because I am exhausted, and this little guy might seem calm now, but he is not. And so it's been hard to read because I keep like zoning out and falling asleep. So I've been reading this book for, I don't know, a full week I feel like, and I'm not even halfway yet, but I'm loving it. Like, I'm thoroughly enjoying the ride this story is taking me on. We are following Amari. Her brother's gone missing, and she's discovering that he was a part of this supernatural affairs, or Bureau of Supernatural Affairs, and she gets nominated by him to join this group, and they have like a summer camp, and so she's learning about this whole underground world. It has a lot of Harry Potter vibes, but it's going in a different direction from that. It's a really interesting story. I really like the writing in it. It's a lot of fun. This is gonna replace Harry Potter. I've been trying to like replace the books that I made unit studies for. So this is gonna replace Harry Potter in the level 4 curriculum. As far as the level 4 update goes, I don't have a ton of books that I'm replacing, but I did have a couple things that I wanted to read and see if it fits somehow. Like, for example, I really wanted to somehow get to this. This is Bronze and Sunflower by Cao Wen-Xuan, and this is a story about the Cultural Revolution in China in its middle grade, and this is also translated. So this has just been a book that I've been holding on to for a while for this purpose, and I'm hoping it fits and I can make that work. If not, I might just write a unit around it because I feel like I'm gonna love this. I don't know. I love stories set in China. I've always been fascinated with this particular time period in China, so I just really want to get to this. Also have Soul Lanterns. This is by Xia Kuzki, and this is a story of the bombing of Hiroshima. I think this is like the aftermath of the bombing. It's really short. I think this is kind of similar in theme to Sadako and the Thousand Cranes. I think that's the name of it. And so I really wanted to read this and see if I liked it better, because this is a newer book and I hope that it's good. I also am hoping to get to Once by Morris Gleedsman. I've had this on my shelves for, I don't know, a couple of years, and I've never picked it up. This is the first in a trilogy. I think it's Once, Then, and Now, and they all are about the Holocaust. I think I don't know if I'm going to actually change any of the stuff I have in level 4 with this, but I wanted to give it a shot and see, because there's not a lot of books written about the Holocaust suitable for that age level. So I feel like this is probably around that age level reading wise. So I wanted to give it a read and see what I thought. I also have Finding Junie Kim. This is by Ellen O. And this is a story about a girl who, I think she's doing an assignment for school or something to that effect, and she's learning about her grandparents and how they came to America from Korea. And so I think this covers like the Korean War, I think, or maybe North Korea, I'm not sure. But I've heard a lot of good things about it. This was also a Sybil's finalist, and if I manage to pull that video off, I have to read this anyway for that purpose. So I'm semi-considering this as a level 4 book, but it might not fit because this is a big book and I don't have a lot of space as far as new books go. So we'll see. Then I'm also working on a mouse unit study, so I need to finish that, and I haven't read the second book yet. So I have Mouse 2, this is And Here My Troubles Began. I've read the first one several times. I've never read this one though, and I don't know why, but I've always just read the first one and stopped. So I'm finally going to finish that. I keep saying Mouse is a favorite book of mine, and can I honestly say that if I've never finished the entire thing? Probably not. So I'm going to do that. And so that's a thing I'm working on. When will it come out? I don't know. I still have to finish the initial like write-up and then pull it together as a full unit. So it's a whole process, but that is coming. Then I have a few other books. Oh, for level 4, I have one more thing in my pile. I'm reading The Boy Who Harnessed the Wind by William Kamkwambe. This is the Young Readers edition. This is for the science in level 4. I just feel like this was a really good fit, since level 4 science is all about like engineering and how machines work and things like that. And this is a story of a boy who builds a windmill to help his community. So I feel like that would make sense there. And also I've had it on my shelves for a while and have not read it. So finally picking this up, and I'm really excited about it. I'm only like a few pages in, honestly. I just started this and I'm liking it so far. I really like stories like this. So middle grade memoirs are like one of my favorite things now. I have Hope Is Our Only Wing. This is by Rutendo Tevin Gerway. This is a story about a girl who's, I think they live in England, her father dies, and they have to go back to Zimbabwe. I think that's what I'm understanding. Yeah, they have to return to Zimbabwe in order to pick up the pieces of their lives and meet her extended family, who I don't know if she's ever met them or she hardly remembers them. So this does another one of my favorite things. We have a story about a person from a culture who has not really experienced their culture firsthand, and then they get to go to their ancestral homeland and meet their extended family and learn more about their culture. So I don't know. I think this sounds like a book I'm going to love. I've never read anything set in Zimbabwe before, so I'm really excited about that. And yeah, I don't know, I've had this on my shelves for a little while and I've just been like really wanting to pick it up. So I'm excited to give this a read. I don't know if this is historical fiction or if this is set present day. Oh, part 1, January 2008. So I guess this is like, I could count this as historical because it takes place like a while ago, but it's still pretty modern. Then I have Free Water by Amina Lukman Dawson. This is a story that just came out. This is like a brand new release. This is a story about a boy and his sister, and they are able to escape the plantation, and they find themselves living in the swamp in a little village or community called Free Water. And it's a story about all these people who've found their way to this place, and all of them were once enslaved, and now they're living in a free community. And I just thought that sounded really interesting. And I guess, yeah, it says it's loosely based on the history of maroon communities in the South. This is a striking tale of survival, adventure, friendship, and courage. So this sounds like a really good read, so I'm excited to have it. And then the last book I'm hoping to get to this month is And We Rise, The Civil Rights Movement in Poems by Erica Martin. This is YA. And I've been wanting to read more poetry, so when I saw this was a thing, I'm also working on am I working on it? No. I'm planning in my head a civil rights movement unit study. I haven't actually started doing anything with it beyond collecting things. So this was something I had picked up. I'm also going to read and review this for History Book by Book for the Black History Month book recommendations that I'm doing. I wanted to have some new releases for that, so I knew this was something I could read relatively quickly in order to make that happen. But also I wanted more poetry, and it's civil rights poetry, and I don't know. I thought this sounded like a good read. I'm also listening to a few audiobooks. I just started listening to Comfort Me with Apples by Catherine M. Valente. I'm only like maybe a third of the way in, but it is so weird, and I'm just really excited to finish it so I can figure out what the heck is going on, because honestly, it's just like, it's weird. It's so weird. It's horror, and it's about a woman who lives in this gated community, and I don't know how else to explain it besides that it's very weird. Like, she's very sheltered, and this community is super weird. Like, each chapter starts with like the rules of this community, and they are something. I don't know. I feel like I can't really explain it very well without giving anything away, and I don't want to spoil it for anybody, because I feel like this is a story that you kind of need to not really know what the heck is happening for the full effect. The audiobook is really good too. And I'm also listening to Fly Girl by Sherry L. Smith. This is a story about a black girl in the 1940s who wants to fly, and she reads an advertisement in the paper that they're recruiting girls to be pilots. And so she's going to try to do that. She misunderstands and like is told like, well, we mean white girls. And so she has to prove herself. I'm only a few chapters in. Again, I just started this yesterday, and I'm really liking it so far. The narrator is great, and I'm hoping that I'll finish it this month. I don't know what I'm doing. I have 3 audiobooks going. I'm also listening to a read aloud with Regina. We're listening to When the World Was Ours. And so I've got a lot of things going at once. I'm juggling all of the books. So hopefully I get to all of the things I've talked about today. What do you have planned to read this month? I've got a very ambitious TBR here. Did I count? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 books that I'm hoping to get through this month. I don't know what I'm doing. It's the shortest month of the year. Why do I think I can fit all of that into this month? I don't know. But I'm feeling confident that I can get to a lot of this, so we'll see what happens. What do you have planned to read in the month of February? Let me know down below in the comments, and we can chat about it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Happy reading. Bye!